Stephan, in a matter of a couple of hours, you'll be the first graduate of Dr. Brown and Dr. Sinqui, the first child to graduate with your bachelor's degree. How do you feel?
I feel accomplished. It's been a long time, 6 years out of high school. I would have finished in 4.5 years at COB, which is in itself an accomplishment, considering all the rigmarounds around the whole COB endeavor, But I feel accomplished. It's a great feeling to finally be finished with school, first of all, and then also to have earned my degree with hard work and a lot of support from my family and friends.
Do you think the buck stops here? You think you're going to go on to finish, take it to another level?
I'm going to do a master's degree, hopefully as of next year, starting next year. Yes.
All right. So how do you feel? Your big day today. What, you're getting butterflies?
No, not really, because I've been finished from December, so I guess all excitement has already left.
All right. Well, we wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
All right.
I would like to address our graduates today in the context of you being the desperately needed future leaders in the Bahamas. We are grateful to all the leaders over the age of 65 for their contributions. We cherish them. We need their advice, and they must stay close to us. But it is now time to hand over to the next generation for the next 40 years. The Bahamas has come a long way in the last 40 years. Yet there are many great challenges which the current leaders have failed to overcome. And these challenges await the new generation of leaders for the next 40 years. You, ladies and gentlemen. So, my dear graduates, you cannot fail in the new roles and in the new call which await you. You cannot run away from your responsibility. It is your turn now. And you must accept this new season in your lives and embrace this new call on your lives. That is why you are here today. That is why you have invested time and money, especially your parents' money. That's why you've made sacrifices and disciplined yourselves in the pursuit of knowledge at this great institution, the College of the Bahamas, soon to be the University of the Bahamas. You, ladies and gentlemen, are the future leaders of the families, the businesses, the political organizations, the government departments and ministries, the professional firms, the institutions responsible for educating our nation, and the Christian church or other religious denominations or organizations in the Bahamas. Make no mistake about it. Your nation urgently needs you to live a life of excellence and significance and function at the highest level in life. That is, in leadership. And so this afternoon I wish to challenge you, the future leaders of the Bahamas, and address you on two subtopics which relate to our theme. The first one is why leaders fail or become ineffective. Because you must ensure that that fate does not befall you. And the other is what matters most in our first life, because too many of our leaders miss it. And I don't want you to miss it because the stakes are high. I choose to challenge you this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, with regard to these two issues, because our families, our institutions, our communities are in peril throughout our nation, and they require effective and focused leadership. We need you to rescue them. We need you to embrace this higher calling of leadership embraced being persons of positive influence, and embraced the task of influencing people to do what they ought to do rather than what they want to do. If Jesus Christ was standing in my place this afternoon, he'd say, be salt and influence them, and be a light and show them a more excellent way. Now, we will not stop the decline and decay in our families, institutions, and communities unless we have more leaders who are successful in their personal pursuits, who are focused on what really, really matters, rather than being focused on the pursuit of popularity, or power, or possessions, or praise, or privilege. And whether you are aware of it or not, you are the leaders of the next generation. The next 40 years are in your hands. And I say again, you must take action to halt the perilous decline, attack the decay with your sword, and do all that is necessary to improve the situation. It's your turn now. And if the next 40 years, ladies and gentlemen, are going to be better than the last 40 years, you will need to make it happen. So this afternoon, connect the dots. I'm compelling you, in many cases, to change your focus and to seriously consider the question of leadership and what really, really matters in this first life of yours. And for God's sake, please avoid deception, avoid the distractions, avoid delaying what it is you need to do, and don't put your head in the sand in denial. So let's examine this question. Why do leaders fail our nation? Why do leaders fail our families? Why do leaders fail our institutions? There are 7 basic reasons, I believe, and I want to share them with you so that you will avoid these pitfalls and make the next 40 years a glorious time once again in our country. The first reason why leaders fail or are ineffective is because many of them fail to be tenacious in the pursuit of knowledge. They don't read, they don't engage in serious research, and so they lead blindly. And you know what happens when blind people lead? We fall into a ditch. The second reason why leaders are ineffective and leaders fail, and the second pitfall that I urge you to avoid, is isolation. This lack of accountability to trustworthy advisors with character who are willing to speak truth to power. And whether you're leading a family, or whether you're leading an organization, or whether you're leading a business, you need somebody in your life who can tell you about your you know what at any time, at any place. You need that accountability. And weak leaders fail to develop a team around them, and they fail to develop successors to carry on their legacy. And so they disappear and things get worse. The third reason why leaders fail and why leaders are ineffective, and the third trap you need to avoid, is failure to successfully adapt and change. Situations change, people change, and so many of our leaders can't shed people and can't shed policies and can't move on. Don't make that mistake. Be willing and able to change. The fourth reason why leaders fail and are ineffective is because of arrogance and pride.